Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. So, news just broke of recent that Andrew Tate and his brother Tristen Tate would be released from prison, I believe a Romanian jail, and placed on house arrest effective immediately. I believe Valuetainment was one of the first ones to break this, if not No Jumper or the rest of the blog sites that are posting about this right now. Just to give you guys a little backstory on this, they were accused of sex trafficking. Two women, I believe, corroborated a story, and you even had text messages get leaked out of them corroborating how they would tell authorities. Or it seems really fishy to me, just to be frank, and it looks like it's not going to stick. It looked very sketchy to even begin with. These guys are very popular. They are influencers. They have ideologies that they would like to talk about, and they have huge platforms, that back them and what they do. And I mean, for this to come out, they deal with a lot of women. They do deal with a lot of women. So for a story like this to come out, it's very difficult, I would say, for them to maintain their, I wouldn't say status quo, but their public image. The imagery in this case is their imagery, I believe, is excuse me, the imagery of this case is very negative, and it has negatively affected their brand, because they deal with women and they deal with a certain lifestyle. So to have a case like this come out, and it's not like just because you deal with women, cases like this frequent. No, that's not the case at all. I'm not trying to say that. What I am saying is, it looks like a hit piece. It just looks like a hit piece. You had a feminist come out on this, and you had a whole bunch of other, women who just didn't approve of this, of their lifestyle. Simply to put it, people who just did not like them. And it is what it is. I believe Andrew Tate even alluded to this before this whole incident had went down, and the Romanian police came to their house, and they saw everything was fine. They let them go. Months later, subsequently, we see them being taken into custody and not being released for some strange, odd reason. And when the United States stepped into this, automatically, you knew their rights were not being respected. Their rights was basically being taken away. And, innocent until proven guilty. That they were just being held. And then the Romanian system is definitely flawed. Okay, it is. However, Big Brother United States stepped in, and I don't want to get too much into the details of this, but when you're talking, politics and, legislation, and one hand, it's going to wash the other. So it's not like Romania is a union to itself that is just going to do whatever it wants to do. No, that's not the case. There's courts, it's definitely a way to get around what they were doing over there. And what they were doing is definitely wrong. I would say that. I believe that this court case, they're going to come up innocent, not guilty. If not, this whole thing is just being thrown out. Like I said, the United States was stepping in to, I believe, have them extradited, like the Brittany Griner situation. And when the United States does that, that lets you know that their citizens, they're innocent. That's what it lets you know. This case would never, it would never stick in the United States. It just would not stick in the United States. It would be tossed out. And to have their reputation tarnished like this, it's devastating. The amount of money that they've probably lost. I know they had a spike in sales when they first were placed into jail in Romania, but it was like at least like 3 months where they were in jail, and it was 30 days, and they just kept denying them their bail, or denying them to be released, and holding them for another 30 days, and that was just going to keep on going on. And they definitely lost money. They did. They lost money being able to move around and not only make money online, but to continue on in their business. This is really a thorn in their sides, and I believe that hey, you can vet, you can do everything you can possibly do, okay, but sometimes situations like this do happen, and that's very true. However, I believe these guys are innocent. Obviously, I believe these guys are like, if you want to get educated on this, just go ahead and look at various situations that are similar to this, and with similar magnitude, and I would say stories and cases that are just similar. They have some type of similarities between the two, and you will see a ton of stories. And sometimes men biggest advocate is women, and you're just gonna I'm telling you, brother, you go down that rabbit hole and you're just gonna see just tons, and it's in your face. You already know it. It's a standard. It's hypocritical. Men are definitely held to a higher standard than what women are held to. And lastly, I would just like to say this. It should be, if these accusations are false, which I believe they are, it doesn't matter popular opinion. That does not matter. The majority. I don't want to make any crazy examples up, but facts are facts. I don't care how many people you can get to sign a petition, or to just believe, hey, you know what? We're all going to say this blatant lie is the truth. That does not make it the truth, since you get the majority of people to say, hey, we want to go with this. That's still wrong. And that's what I believe. And I think those women, if and when this all pans out and these guys are proven innocent, not guilty, what happens to the women that just made these false allegations, these false claims? It should be automatically that these women are held accountable, and these guys should sue. These guys definitely should sue. These women should be looking at jail time. That's how I feel. I truly feel that way. I just do. I've talked about this, I think, in my last video too, that there was like a lot of these guys coming home, or DNA is proving that these guys were nowhere near the crime that took place. It was another guy's DNA, or somebody robbed a bank or whatever, any type of situation like that, like as such. And these guys spent like the majority of their lives in prison, and they get out, they get pennies, if that they get pennies, if that. And the women who made these false claims to ruined so many lives, and they're just out walking free, like, oh, this, oh, mistaken identity, oh well. No, it should be something set up to where these women, or these people who make these false allegations, these false claims, and it comes to light that they were in fact false, a lie, it should already be something set up in the system where they're now are going to be facing jail time automatically. It should be a trial. Peace, guys. I'm out.